Wednesday morning, that means it's Picayune Wednesday, and in our studio to tell us what's in this week's edition, the editor of the Picayune, Daniel Clifton, everybody.
Morning, how y'all doing?
We're doing good.
Yeah, I just reached in my pocket and found a piece of some of my food my son left in the car for me.
Wasn't that nice of him?
So if y'all want something to eat, I got a little extra here. Glad I found it today and not 3 weeks down the line. What's that smell?
Oh, the
Why
life
are there
of
ants crawling out of my pocket?
the life of being a dad. You love it.
So true.
Well, the Picayune's out today. Should be on your doorsteps this morning, but if you're not getting your copy, listen at the end of the interview, and we'll tell you how to do that. But let's talk about what's in this week's edition. Nice story, good pictures on one that's titled The Birth of the Cowboy.
Yeah, it's a story. It's actually about the vaqueros, and there's an exhibit at Llano County Historical Museum, about some of the Bill Whitliff in the 70s was able to go to a ranch in northern Mexico where they still practice traditional ranching, vaqueros styles, and it took photographs, and so the museum got it on loan from the Humanities Texas. Got to get that name backwards. All right. And so it's this exhibit about the vaqueros and how they were part of some of the things they did led to the cowboys.
Right.
But it's not just about them. The museum went out and found a lot of, if you've been to Llano, you know it's a ranching community.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so they touch base with a lot of the families that still have the ranches from the 1800s.
Wow, amazing.
And got some of the vintage, saddles,
cool.
spurs and stuff from them. So it's just a great tribute to the heritage of the cowboy and the ranching community.
That's awesome.
Sounds really cool.
Yeah.
And you can find out when you can see it and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, you may.
This week's edition. Also, let's head over to Bertram because there's a new police officer on duty there, but he's a different kind of police officer.
He's got some serious pulling power. I got to see him the other day, and he's a strong fella. He's a dog. Okay, that's how it works.
The four-legged variety.
Four-legged. He's
a
German Shepherd, Alaskan Malamute. They believe Malamute cross. Kind of got a yellow tint, and they got him. He's 6 years old, which is a little older, but he's been through the military, and then he worked for San Antonio Police Department.
Yeah, he was a drug sniffing dog before he became
no, he's a narcotics dog. He started out I think in the military as a bomb sniffer,
yeah.
Okay.
But apparently he has a bad habit of digging when he hits.
Oh, dear.
Not a good sign.
No.
I was like, hey, no. So he's moved in narcotics and worked for San Antonio PD, Austin, and I think Williamson County, and has quite a reputation. But then the handler retired, and so the folks over at Pacesetter Canine in Liberty Hill got him and worked out something with Bertram, and Bertram Police are going to get him now.
Fantastic.
All right, Canine Department now. Is that the first one that they've had there in Bertram?
As far as we know.
Yeah.
And right now, it's the only narcotics dog in Burnett County.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because they've had them in the past, different agencies, but those have retired, and so right now we're without. So the Chief Wilson over in Bertram said that they, the dog would be on call if somebody needed him in another part of the county or something. They'd be glad to help out.
That's
Awesome.
fantastic.
All right. We'll read all about it in this week's edition. Also in there, a story called Poetry Jam. What's that all about?
Well,
It's a jelly that's made out. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah. Well, it could be. I don't know. Hey, if you sound like you're hungry, I still got that little piece of that little thing for my son.
That's okay.
Sure.
Save it for later.
All right. It's a poetry reading. Basically, people can write poems because there's a Lakeshore Library up in Buchanan Dam, and they had got some input. Some folks had talked to the librarian up there and says, we heard some folks write poetry, so they decided to have this poetry jam. Now, it's not a slam, which...
So there's no snapping and
that's
bongo
right.
drums?
Well, I don't know. You could go up
Not
there.
like the old coffee shop.
Yeah,
back in the day.
but so folks can go read some original poetry and try that out and check it out. And
I'm surprised there are not more of these because we live in such a beautiful area that I could see where it would inspire a lot of people to write poetry. It's so beautiful out here.
And maybe they do, and it's just never had that
And never
opportunity.
had the venue, so
Yeah.
now you can
Now
go to
they
the
do.
poetry jam.
Yeah.
Well, now they do.
Ed, I think, do you have a poem you're going to take up there?
No,
All of his are
I'll
too
work
dirty.
on one.
No, yeah, that's true. It's a family event,
They
so
always
you know.
start with there once was a lady in Nantucket or something.
Yeah.
That's right.
Over there.
Those are unsuitable.
Yeah, you got to stay with the dirty limericks. Got to stay out of this
Stay
one.
out of
Okay,
that, yeah.
sorry, Ed.
So if you're writing poetry, this will give you an opportunity to get it out there in the public. So read all about it in this week's edition of the Picayune. Should be on your doorsteps this morning, but if you're not getting your copy, tell them how to go about doing that.
You call 830-693-7152, and we'll get you on the list.
And as always, remember, the Picayune is
Free!
Daniel Clifton, everybody.
Woo.